So we're going to do the same exercise. It is exercise 2.5, and I'll start with question number 4. Clear? So exercise question number 4, it tells us expand each of the following, right? Each of the following using suitable identities. Clear? Using suitable identities. So remember all those 8 identities, okay? Identities. All right. Okay. See, there are 8 identities that are given already. Okay. All right. So in the previous video, you refer to what I mean by the 8 identities. So now the first question is we have to expand. Read the question. Expand. Okay. So the question is x plus 2y plus 4z the whole thing square. Now you look at this given identity, and you see this is what? Identity 5. What is identity 5? Identity 5 is x plus y plus z the whole thing square. And what is the formula for this? X square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Therefore, you can write this as x plus 2y plus 4z whole thing square. Let us apply the formula. What is x square going to be in the case of this? X square. What is y square going to be for the case of this? It's going to be 2y the whole thing square. Now what is z square going to be for this case? It is going to be 4z, right? Plus 4z the whole thing square plus 2 into x is just x itself into what is y in our case? It is 2y. Okay, so you keep on substituting. 2, what is y in the case of this given equation? 2y, and z is 4z. Okay, so you just substitute this, and this is also 2z. What is z in the case of this? 4z. And what is our x? X itself. So you expand it. X to the power whole thing square is what? X square. 2y the whole thing square is what? 4y square. What do we understand by 2y the whole thing square? It's nothing but 2y into 2y. Clear? So you look at this. 2 into 2, 4. Y into y, y square. Clear with this? Plus 4z square. 4z square will be 16z square. Clear? You use the same the same way that I have done this. You take it for 4z as well. Plus 2 into 2, 4. X into y, xy. Plus 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 4, 16yz. Plus 2 into 4, 8zx. Okay, so that is question number 4. Simple. It's very simple, right? Clear? So all you have to do is you have to know the formula. Clear? If you know the formula, then these questions are very, very easy. Okay, so please take the time to learn the formula. Okay, now you look at the second question. What is the second question? The second sub question is 2x minus y plus z the whole thing square. Okay, you look at this. This is identity 5. Alright, what is identity 5? X square plus y square. Oh, sorry, not x square. Sorry, okay, it's not x square. It is x plus y plus z the whole thing square, equivalent to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Now you look at this question. You may be thinking, how is 2x minus y plus z? Okay, how is this the same thing? How is x? This is x plus y plus z, but there is a minus here, right? But you can write this equation in this form. Okay, you see 2x, you can put plus here, no problem. Then you should put, but you must remember that a minus is always accompanied. Okay, my y is what? Minus. So do not forget to put minus y here. Plus z the whole thing square. Now look at this. 2x plus minus y plus z. Okay, so this is the same thing as this, right? X, that means the value of x is 2x, the value of y is going to be minus y, and the value of z is going to be z. Clear with this? So let us proceed. Okay, 2x plus of curly bracket minus y plus z the whole thing square. Now use the formula x square. What is x square? 2x the whole thing square Now careful with this plus, okay? Do not get confused with the sign plus. What is y square? What is the value of y in the case of this? Minus y. So be careful with this, minus y square, plus z is just going to be z itself, right? So z square, all right? Plus 2 into, what is x in the case of this? 2x. But what is the value, what is y in the case of this? Minus y. Clear? This is the place where many students might make mistakes, so be careful with the sign. Clear? Y is what in the case of this given equation? Minus y. So you have to put here minus y. Clear? Plus 2 of y is minus y, and z is z itself. 2 of z is just going to be z, and x in the case of this equation is going to be 2x. Okay, so now let us remove this. This will become 4x square. Now look at this. This will become y square. Clear? You see, I'll write here in this rough work. What is the meaning of minus y the whole thing square? It is minus y into minus y, right? Now look at this. Minus into minus becomes plus. Y into y becomes y square. That is why I'm getting plus y square. Okay, the minus goes away. Plus z square. Now you look at this. Minus into plus, minus. Clear? Minus into minus is plus. Plus into minus is going to be minus. Okay? Plus into minus or minus into plus, the same thing. This is both going to be minus. Okay? So now 2 into 2, 4, x into y, xy. Again, careful with this. Minus into plus, minus. Okay, let me just use the highlighter for this. Okay, now you look at this. Minus into plus, minus, right? Even for this, you look at this given equation. Minus into plus, minus 2 into 2, 4, x into y, xy. Okay, that's how I got it. Okay, so you can use this as 2yz plus, okay, see there's no minus here, so it will be plus. So 2 into 2, 4, z into x, zx. Clear? So this is the answer. So don't get confused, okay, whether I write zx or xz, this is more or less, it means the same thing. Okay, the interchanging these two values usually does not mean anything. Clear? All right. So we'll go with the third question. The third question is minus 2x plus 3y plus 2z the whole thing square. Now you do, this is what, again, this is going to be the same. This is identity 5 only. Clear? Identity 5, which is x plus y plus z the whole thing square. Okay, so that is, this is going to be x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2xz. Okay, clear up to this much? Now all we have to do is we have to put the values. Okay, now you look at this. Therefore minus 2x plus 3y plus 2z the whole thing square. Write this. What is x square in the case of this? Minus 2x. Be careful with the sign. Okay, minus 2x the whole thing square plus, what is y in the case of this? 3y the whole thing square plus the value of z in the case of this, 2z, right? So 2z the whole thing square plus 2 into, what is x in the case of this? Minus 2x. So be careful with that. Okay, minus 2x into, what is y? 3y. Clear? Plus 2 into, what is the value of y? 3y, right? And the value of z, 2z. Plus 2 into x value is minus 2x and z value is 2z. Okay, see here I've interchanged the place, but I told you, right, xz, zx, it means the same. Okay, so don't get confused. Xz, zx, it means the same. Okay, does not really make any difference. So minus 2x square will be what? 4x square. Okay, you do the expansion yourself. 9y square. Clear? This we have done so many times, so I'm just doing it directly. Now here plus, let me just try using the highlighter, okay, to make it easier to see. Minus into plus will be what? What will minus be and plus be? It will be minus. So 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3, 12, x into y, xy, plus 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 2, 12yz. Now again, you look careful with the sign. Minus into plus becomes minus. Okay, so whenever you see a minus sign, you'll have to be very careful. Clear? 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 2, 8. 8 and xz. This is the answer for sub question 3. Okay, so far so good. Okay, it's just like this. So if you know the formula, then it will be very easy, right? 3a minus 7b. Now don't get intimidated when you see minus signs. Okay, so this is identity 5. Okay, what is identity 5? X plus y plus z, the whole thing square. This must be equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Okay, if you again want this given equation to appear like this, I told you what you have to do, right? 3a minus. So in case some of you, if you might get confused, then you want it to be in this form, then what I would suggest is you can always do this plus minus 7b. Okay, this will also help you eliminate chances. Okay, it will eliminate the chances of you making mistake. So this will look like what? X plus y plus z. In the sense, the value of x is 3a, the value of y is minus 7b, and the value of z is minus c. Clear with that? Therefore, let's use this equation. Okay, you can do this, you can use this equation and do. If you're completely okay, it's completely okay to not be using this step. Okay, this is only for students who is scared, who have the tendency of making careless mistakes. Okay, all right, plus minus 7b plus minus c, the whole thing square. Now you use the formula x square. What is the value of x square in the place of this? It is 3a. Clear? Plus what is y square in the value of this? This is minus 7b, the whole thing square, plus z square value is what? Minus c, the whole thing square, plus 2 into what is x in the case of this? 3a. And okay, sorry about that. Okay, what is 2 and what is the value of x in the case of this? 3a. And what is the value of y in the case of this? Minus 7b. Okay, plus 2 into what is y in the case of this? Minus 7b. And z value is minus c, plus what is 2? 2 is 2. What is z? Minus c. And what is x? 3a. Clear? Now you open up the bracket. You will be getting this as 9a square minus 7b whole thing square. You'll get it as 49b square. Alright, plus minus c, the whole thing square becomes c square. Okay, plus, okay, now you look at this. Minus into plus becomes minus. Minus plus into minus becomes minus. 2 into 3 is 6. 6 into 7 42. A into b, a b. Now you look at this. Okay, this is where I think a lot of students might make mistake with the sign. Minus into minus, what happens? It becomes plus. Plus into plus becomes plus. So plus. Clear? Why this is going to be plus? There is minus, but there are two minus. Look, minus into minus. Let me use a highlighter to highlight that again. Minus into minus will become plus. Clear? So plus into plus becomes plus itself. Okay, so this becomes 2 into 7 becomes 14. B into c becomes bc. Clear? Now you look at this. Minus into plus becomes minus. 2 into 3 6. A into c, ac. Clear? This is the answer. Now the next question we shall move towards for the next question, that is the fifth question, which is minus 2x plus 5y minus 3z the whole thing square. Now again, this is identity 5. Okay, identity 5, which tells us that x plus y plus z the whole thing square is equivalent to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Okay, now you can see again, if you want, you can write this given equation in the form of this, no problem, right? Okay, so you can write say minus 2x plus 5y minus 3z as, okay, x will remain unchanged, so minus 2x plus 5y plus what is going to be z, minus 3z, okay, the whole thing square. Therefore you can write this as minus 2x plus 5y plus minus 3z, the whole thing square. Use the formula. What is x square in the case of this? Minus 2x, the whole thing square, plus what is y square in the case of this? 5y, the whole thing square, plus z square value is going to be minus 3z, the whole thing square, plus 2 into x value is going to be minus 2x, y value is going to be 5y, plus 2 into y value is going to be 5y. Now you see what is going to be the z value here. Z is minus 3z, okay, minus 3z plus 2 into what is z, minus 3z, and then what is x, minus 2x, okay. So be very careful with the sign, be very careful with the substitution when you're substituting. Minus 2x, the whole thing square becomes 4x square, 5y, the whole thing square becomes 5y. See what do we mean by this is 5y square means 5y into 5y, clear? And this is how we're getting the answer, okay. So 5 into 5, 25, y into y, y square, alright. So 5 into 5 will be 25 y square plus minus 3z, the whole thing square will become 9z square. You'll now look at this, minus into plus becomes minus, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 5, 20 y. Now you look at this, minus into plus becomes minus again, 5, 2 into 5, 10, 10 into 3, 30, and what you're left with, oh wait, there's one more here, okay, sorry, okay, I'm seeing the mistake now. Here it will be, what is this, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 5, 20 x y, okay. Now you look at this, this is 30 y z. Now again, look at this carefully, minus into minus gives you what, you look, minus into minus plus, plus into plus, plus itself. So 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 2, 12, so 12 zx, clear? So this is the answer, okay. Now let's go with the last question for question number 4, that is the sixth question, alright. So the sixth question is, see, when you see fractions, do not get scared, okay. 12 into b plus 1, the whole thing square. Now again, this is identity 5. What is identity 5? X plus y plus z, the whole thing square is the same thing as x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx, okay. So just use the formula, okay. Now if you want to write this equation in the form of this, okay, this will help you eliminate errors, like I just said, okay, like I previously said. You can always do that. If not, if you're confident that you can do this, okay, you do that, okay, proceed. That will save you time as well, okay. So not necessary to do this step, but if you're scared or not very sure, or you're scared that you might make silly mistakes, then I would suggest that you use this step, okay, in order to avoid mistakes. 1 by 4a plus minus 1 by 2b, oh sorry, okay, does not really matter. Okay, by the way, let's just erase it because some may get confused again. b plus 1, the whole thing square. Use the formula. Don't get scared with fractions, okay. Fractions are friendly numbers only. X square, 1 by 4a. You can write, what is this, 1 by 4a, 1 by 4a. What we understand by this is the same thing as a by 4, okay. It's understood, okay, alright. So you can write this as a by 4, the whole thing square, plus minus b by 2, the whole thing square, plus 1, the whole thing square, right? Because x value is going to be, see, x value is going to be 1 by 4a, y value is going to be minus 1 by 2b, and z value is going to be 1. Clear? That is why I've done the substitution, x square plus y square plus z square, okay. So we'll quickly move on to this substitution. Now what is x value here? A by 4. Okay, A by 4. And what is y value in the case of this? Minus b by 2 plus 2 into, what is the value of y in the case of this? Minus b by 2, and the value of z, it is 1, plus 2 into the value of z is going to be 1, and the value of x is going to be 1 by 4, or a by 4. Okay, so you can start cancelling. 2 and 2 will cancel, 2 and 2 will cancel, 2 and 2 times 2's are 4. So I'm cancelling this. Okay, so I'm left with a square by 16. Clear? A by 4. Let me show you this again in a blank space. A by 4 whole thing square is nothing but a by 4 whole thing square is a by 4 into a by 4. Okay, so what is a into a square. What is 4 into 4? 16. That is why I'm getting this value. Okay, clear with this step? Okay, this is just rough work. Now you look at this, minus b, this will also be b square by 4 plus 1. Now you look, be careful with the sign. Okay, minus into plus gives you minus a into b, and what is left in the denominator? 4. Clear with that? Now minus into plus gives you minus. What is left? The only value that is left is minus b itself. Now finally we're back to this. So 2 is gone, 2 is gone. So 1, a into 1 is what? A by 2. Okay, so this is the given answer. Alright, now using the same expression, we'll be solving question number 5. 5 is factorize. Okay, alright, so the first question that we have here is 4x square plus 9y square plus 16z square. Now I think when you see this identity, I think you must be thinking of a formula that we did just now, right? I think you must be thinking of that formula. What is that formula? X plus y plus z. What is the formula? X square plus y square plus z square plus 2 into x into y plus 2 into y into z plus 2 into z into x. Now let us see. Okay, now you look at this given equation. Okay, therefore you can write solution. Okay, 4x square plus 9y square plus 16z square plus 12xy minus 24yz minus 16xz. Okay, you look at this carefully. Okay, this will all form in one line. Okay, I'll be making use of 2 lines here. Okay, because we have a shortage of space. Now you look at this, try to write this in x square. Can I write this as 2x the whole thing square? Can I? Yes, 2x the whole thing square will give you what? Nothing but 4x square. Now 9y square, can I write it as 3y the whole thing square? Clear up to this much? Plus 16z square, can I write it as 4z the whole thing square? Okay, so now as you are solving this, you're understanding, or I hope you realize the importance of learning the value of 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. Okay, it's very important that you learn this value up to 12. If you can up to 13 or 15 will be good, but if you cannot, please at least learn up to 12. Okay, 12 square. Okay, learn all the values of this. Okay, so that in exam hall you don't have to waste your time multiplying. Okay, clear with that? If not, you'll end up multiplying. Okay, see, if I know 12 square value directly, I know it's 144. But if you do not know this value, you'll be doing 12 into 12. You'll be wasting time again. Alright, so just learn the values. Okay, now you look at this. Plus, okay, see, this is all going to be one line. Okay, I'm running short of space. Plus, we're done with this. Now you look at this and look at this. Okay, 2xy, and look at this 2xy. So I can write this as 2. Okay, what is the value of x in the case of this? 2x. And what is the value of y here? What is this? 3y. Are you clear? So what are we getting? We're getting 2, look at this, 2xy. Clear? Now you look at this. See, minus sign from where it came. Have you noticed something? The only time minus appeared was when z occurred. Are you seeing it? When x and y was together, we did not see any minus sign. But here, when z appeared, right? Only when z appeared, negative sign was there. That means what does that mean? That means the value of this must be minus. Okay, see, if you have not understand it, you pause the video and you watch it again. Okay, so this is the reason why minus 4z, the whole z will be minus 4z. This does not change anything with the original equation. Okay, it will not bring any change, because if you have put minus 4z, it will not change the value of 16z. Because why? Because again, you see, minus 4z, the whole thing square is what? Minus 4z into minus 4z. Minus into minus what? Plus. 4 into 4, 16. Z into z, z square. Does it make any changes here and here? No changes. Okay, remember that. Okay, and remember, this is going to be, z value is going to be minus, because every time z occurred in the original equation, what happened? Minus sign appeared. Okay, so because of that, the value of z must be minus 4z. Now let's use this formula. Plus 2 into, what is the value of y that we got? 3y. And the value of z will be minus 4z. Okay, plus 2. Okay, 2. What is the value of z in the case of this? Minus 4z. And the value of x? 2x. Alright, now you look at this. Open up, if you want to see, you just check. 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 3, 12. xy. Did we get 12xy? Are we satisfied? Same? They are the same, right? Now, what we get? We got minus 24yz. Now you look at this. Minus into plus what? Minus 2 into 3, 6. 6 into 4, 24yz. Minus 24yz. Same thing we got. Now you look at this. Minus into plus. We got minus. Minus into plus. Minus 2 into 4, 8. 8 into 2, 16. Zx or xz. Same thing, right? So what have we found? This is, isn't this in the same formula of x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus zx? Isn't that the same formula? So what can I write? I can write this as 2x. So this equation, I can write it as x plus y plus z. That means I can write this as 2x plus 3y. Okay, and I can write this as what? If you want, what did I tell you? I can write this as plus of minus 4z. Remember, okay, it's important to write minus here. Clear with this? So factorize this. You can write this as, removing this, okay, if you want you can remove, if not keep it as it is, no problem. 2x plus 3y plus minus 4z, okay, or and finally 2x plus 3y plus minus 4z. This is the factor, okay, here. Now don't get confused with this again. How did I get this? The same thing. What is x square? Okay, what is x square? What is x square? X into x. So what does x plus 2 whole thing square means? That means x plus 2 into x plus 2 twice. You're going to be multiplying twice. So what does 2x plus 3y plus minus 4z the whole thing square means? You're going to be multiplying this equation how many times? 2 times, and that is what I did here. Clear with this? And this is factorized, okay? This is how we have factorized it. So listen to read the question, okay, whenever this question as such is given. Last, we'll go with the last question. This is question number 2, that is 2x square plus y square plus 8z square minus 2 of root 2 xy plus 4 root 2 yz minus 8xz. Okay, again, this is in the same identity as x plus y plus z the whole thing square. That is x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Now you look at this. Let's write down 2x square plus y square plus, should I okay, you can write it if you want, okay, but I'm going to say I'm going to write this, okay? Now this equation, okay, this equation is equal to, you look at this, look carefully, 2x whole thing square. Can I write it as root 2x the whole thing square? What is, okay, this you'll have to think, okay, root 2x the whole thing square, what is this? Okay, see, one thing is the clue itself, the value of x, the clue is already here, okay? You'll already get the clue by looking at this, okay? Now what is root 2x the whole thing square? It means root 2x into root 2x. Now forget about root for now. What is 2 into 2? 4. But what is remaining here? Root and root is there, so you cannot remove the root, you cannot omit the root. X into x is what? X square. Now you look at this, 4. Can I write it as the perfect square of 2? Right? 2 square gives you 4. So you cancel out square and square. So what are you left with? 2x square. What have I shown? I have shown that root 2x, the whole thing square, is equal to 2x square. Clear with this? Now plus y square plus, now you look at this, 8z square. Okay? You look at this, okay? Again, you will explain this, how we're getting this. Now you look. Okay? You look at this, okay? So what is 8z square? Can I write 8z square as 2 root 2z the whole thing square? Can I? You look this, how? Okay? 2 root 2z the whole thing square. Let's see. What does this mean? That means you have to multiply 2 root 2z into 2 root 2z. Now you look at this, 2 into 2, how much? 4. 2, see, you look at this, root 2 into root 2 will be what? Root 4 z into z, z square. But 4 can also be written as 2 square, right? So you remove this and this. So what are you left with? 4 into 2z square. So what do you get? 8z square. So is 2 root, isn't 2 root 2z the whole thing square the same as 8z square? It is the same, and that I've shown here why it is the same, right? So you write this in your rough work, okay? Just for explanation, in case in exam later when you study you get confused, so you write it down, okay? You pause the video and write it down, okay? Alright, for this in order to make the video a little shorter, I have to quickly do this, okay? Now let's see. Now you look at this, what are we noticing? Minus sign. Now let us see. Have you noticed that every time minus x appears, what appeared? Whenever x was there, see at y, z, there's no minus sign. But whenever x came in, what happened? Minus came in. Are you clear with that? Right? Therefore, what can I do? That means the value of x must be minus. Clear with this? So I can write this as plus 2 into, what is going to be x? Minus root 2x into y. What is y value? It's just y. Plus 2 into, what is y value again? Y value, it's going to be 1. And what is z value? It's going to be 2 root 2z. Okay? It's going to be 2 root 2z plus 2. What is your z value? 2 root 2, right? 2 root 2 and root 2, sorry, 2 root 2 z. And what is your x value? X value is minus 2 root x, minus root 2x. Clear with this? Therefore, you look at this, okay? Therefore, you look at this. Is this equation not the same as x square plus y square plus z square plus 2x y 2y z plus 2z x? So what can I write this as? Can I write this as minus root 2x plus y plus 2 root 2z the whole thing square? Can I write this? Because what happens if you get x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2z square 2zx, this is the same as x plus y plus z the whole thing square. So we got this equation like that, right? Therefore it must be equivalent to x plus y plus z the whole thing square. Okay, so clear with this how we got? So you factorize this and finally you get it in this, you finally get this answer. Okay, minus, oh sorry, yeah, I can do this, minus 2x plus y plus 2 of root 2z. Okay, so this is the solution. Okay, I will end the video here.